in Resti Cumayo versus Joselito Villarosa, in this case, it started when the petitioner were allegedly assaulted or threatened the two minors, ages 13 and 17. Well, according to the minors, there were instances when they were assaulted. First instance was when one morning, this petitioner, Joselito, belted out his anger and yelled, "You son of a bitch, I've had enough of you, and I will burn your house." So the second instance was late that day, when the minors were together with their mother, were traversing the road, and during that time, this petitioner was having a drinking session. Then the petitioner cursed the mother, and the mother cursed him back. So as a result, petitioner was angry and threw a stone towards the elder child, and because of that, the father went out of the house, and the petitioner attempted also to throw a stone towards the father. But in this case, the second or the youngest child came to the rescue. Then, because of his anger, the petitioner in this case instructed his sons, stating that to get the gun from his house. So the petitioner went to the house of the family and shouted, "I'm the sole leader of this area. I will kill all of you." So after that, two separate informations were filed before RTC. So the prosecutions or the prosecutor accuses first the criminal case, which has something to do with grave threats under the RA 7610, and also the other criminal case was physical injuries in relation to RA 7610. So after that, the trial court issued a warrant of arrest and fixed a bail. Then, after posting the bail, the petitioner, and before the arraignment, the petitioner moved for the quashal of these particular informations, because according to him, there were several informations that were filed against him, and this particular, for example, this information with regard to grave threats should not fall within the ambit of RA 7610 and should not be considered as a crime. So therefore, it should be quashed, or the information should be quashed. But according to the comment of the prosecution, the two cases that were filed against him was different. The first information was, yes, it is a child abuse against him, but through inflicting words and intimidations, while the other one is that grave abuse or child abuse by physical injury. So the informations were different and distinct from each other. So after that, the trial court dismissed the motion of the petitioner to quash the information. And however, on the other hand, the petitioners filed a reconsideration, but it was denied. So they filed a certiorari right under Rule 65 directly to the Supreme Court. So the issue in this case is whether or not the petition for quashing or for the quashal of information should be granted or dismissed. Well, the Supreme Court ruled that first, it is stated that it is apparent that the petition disregards the hierarchy of the courts. We all know that in the principle of hierarchy of courts, for example, there is a petition of issuance of extraordinary writs against a first level of the courts. It should be filed before the RTC. And if it's against the RTC, it should be filed before the CA. However, in this case, they directly filed the certiorari to the Supreme Court. And the Supreme Court should accept this information only if there is a compelling reason or justifications for such action. And also, they cannot grant the petition in this case because the Supreme Court is considered as the last resort or court of last resort. So moreover, the SC also ruled that even if we disregard the procedural transgressions in this case, the petition to quash the information should be dismissed because of lack of merit. Why? Because their decision was in favor of the prosecutor, because according to them, yes, the two informations were distinct from each other. And also, it does not mean that if it is distinct from each other, there is no jeopardy in the case. Second, it also stated in the case that even if the actions or informations are related with each other, it doesn't and constitute one crime. It doesn't mean that it will jeopardy or it will jeopardize a certain petitioner or accused. So in this case, the SC ruled that the petition to quash the information should be dismissed.